What is going on, guys? Udrup here, and today we are just talking about the Forge mode that is brand new to Halo 5 Guardians. So this is just going to be a basic tutorial for people having trouble or just wondering how to do different things. It's just going to cover placing objects, moving objects, and kind of stacking them together and things like that. So you can make nifty little buildings or tracks or anything like that, and how you can make it so that things go together nicely. So without further ado, guys, let's just get right to it. So right off the bat, you can know that the controls are a little funky, sort of. At least for me, when I first got into it, they were. And to move, you just your left stick for your camera, your right for moving you. B makes you go up, A makes you go down, and X does map and tool options, which we won't get into, and Y is what's going to let you place your objects. If you tap down, you're going to turn into your Spartan, so you can test out the forge place that you've made. So to place an object, just press Y, and you'll see there's a whole bunch of stuff from weapons and turrets and vehicles to sweet new structures and floors and all sorts of weird things. You can then, it's like when you get the objects, there's so many different sizes and things that you can pick. So it's really, you have so much variety. It's kind of overwhelming, but you can definitely make sort of anything that you wanted to. For example, over here you can see we made this little transport truck sort of with just walls and these circle things and putting a car in front. So you can get pretty creative with things, and obviously you can just make straightforward things like a little racetrack or anything like that. So to place an object, we'll just go and pick the size that we want. We'll say 64 inches, and then you can again pick the depth and all sorts of things. So here we go, we have our object. Then once we have this place, there's a whole bunch of things that we can do to it. You notice you don't press A. You probably want to press A on it to kind of select it, and that is not how you do it. You actually press right bumper on the Xbox, and then to move around, you still don't move it. You press the left trigger, and that is going to allow you to move it around, and then same B and A to go up and down with the object. And then if you hold R on the object, that is when you can rotate it different ways. And the way you rotate it is always the way that you are facing the object. So depending on which way you are facing the object will depend how you will rotate it. There's a bunch of other things we can do with this as well. If we go on one side of it, depending on which side we are, if we hold the right on the directional pad, we will actually duplicate it. And depending on which side, again, you are to the object is which way the object will duplicate, as you can see here. It's also kind of convenient that when you have everything placed, if you have it kind of in an area that you don't want, you can select two objects at once, and then again when you press the L, the left trigger, to move things around, you will move everything that you've selected. For example, if we select the ramp 2, we're going to move that as well. So you can just do all sorts of cool things like that, and then again unselect what you don't want to with the right bumper. And when we're moving things around, you'll see at the bottom you can disable and enable magnets by pressing up. If you don't want magnets, this is going to allow you to kind of freehand things and get them to move where you want to. And while you have the object selected, that is with the right bumper, and when you press the left trigger to move the object around, if you then press left on the directional pad, you will decrease the speed in which you move it, and if you move it right, then you will kind of slow it down, so you can get things really precise and stuff like that, so you're not just moving things around really quickly. And then again, when you're moving things around at any time, you can just snap the magnets back on and it will make things go together quite nicely. That is all for now though, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully you can now make some things that you weren't able to before. If you were having troubles with this, then you should be able to figure it out now. But this is just a pretty simple tutorial for the beginners. If you didn't know how to do anything, then hopefully you can kind of make something that you wanted to. Thanks so much for watching again, guys. We will see you in the next video.